laying on your back on the mat. Head, ribs, and hips are in line. And you want to make sure your hips aren't pulling in your back. So knees can be bent, feet flat, but with the feet far enough away from the sits bones so you're relaxed in the front of your hip. So about 90 degrees at the knees. And then you can just rock through the pelvis a little bit to make sure both buttocks is equally weighted. Rock through the rib cage, lower rib cage. Allow that to feel like it's sinking down left to right. And as you're doing that, you're feeling for your spine being right down through center with the ribs over the pelvis. Right rib over left, right rib over right hip, left rib over left hip. Coming up and feeling the shoulders be broad and wide and the head equally weighted left to right. So your nose, your sternum, and then down through the pubic symphysis, right through the tailbone, all in line, feet in line. With the arms about 25, 30 degrees off to the side, turn the palms up to the ceiling. And as you close your eyes, feel like your eyeballs are sinking deep into your eye sockets. And as I do that, I feel how my thoughts start to go from the front of my head, and my awareness starts to go to the back of my brain, back there where my brain stem is. And as you put your awareness there, you can start to take the awareness to your breathing, noticing that breath is automatic and the breathing mechanism will work on its own. You're simply watching it in the moment. As you're watching it, there's the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and then the pause. So it's 4 sections within a cycle of a breath that you'll be watching for. And should our brain start to work its way to the front and thoughts start to come in, just be thankful of those thoughts, welcome them, and say that you will get back to them later. As you file them away for later use, take a future thought and file it into the future cabinet of your brain, and the past thoughts into a space for the past to be taken care of, and then assure those thoughts you get back to them later and go back to watching your breath. And we'll do that for 2 minutes, starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with your eyes closed, you're coming on to a minute now. And so 1 more minute, you can start to be aware of the breathing and notice the number of cycles you have of the breath in the next minute, starting now. And as you still keep your eyes closed, you've just come on to 2 minutes, and noticing what that number is of the cycle of breaths that you had within that minute, and realizing that you could put your movement on top of that breath cycle, and that would give you a lot of precision time to work precision into your movement on top of your breath cycles. And that would be the amount of movement that you would do in a minute, or a complete exercise that you would do in a minute with repetition. So to get ready for the movement, the hands right now are holding a bowl of soup, and you're going to start to turn the hands over and let that thumb go down towards the ground and the palm down onto the ground, and notice if you can feel the collarbones stay wide, but the arms also be nice and long, with a connection of grounding, bracing through the arms without overworking that back shoulder line. You also have a choice of bringing the arms in closer, but keeping the collarbones wide. And from there we would start the movement.